Welcome to The Explainer, where we're breaking down this week's biggest tech stories. We've got everything from market meltdowns to some pretty huge upgrades, and we're going to put it all together for you.
First up, we're kicking things off with a massive shockwave that just absolutely rocked the crypto world. We're talking trillions in value just gone.
Then we're going to switch over to the hardware world. A new challenger is stepping into the ring, and it looks like it's about to claim the gaming performance throne.
After that, we'll dive into how AI is making this incredible leap. It's not just a tool you use anymore, it's becoming more like an actual teammate in the office.
And finally, we're going to wrap things up by unpacking a super controversial move from a major platform, one that could honestly change the face of online anonymity as we know it, for good.
All right, we have a ton to cover, so let's just dive right in.
So let's start with a story that has absolutely shaken the financial world this week. The crypto market is just bleeding value, and, everyone's asking the same question, is crypto winter back?
And the scale of this, it's just staggering. The total crypto market cap has been nearly sliced in half. It plummeted from a peak of 4.4 trillion, with a T, down to just 2.3 trillion. That's a $2.1 trillion loss in just a few months. Just wild.
And look, it's not just one or two coins feeling the heat. It's pretty much across the board. If we look at the big players, Bitcoin fell a whopping 48% from its October peak. And Ethereum, it got hit even harder, down 52%. You can see Solana and XRP also took massive hits. We're talking about huge, confidence-shattering drops in less than 5 months.
So what in the world caused this? Well, it wasn't just one thing. It was basically a perfect storm. First, you've got geopolitical conflict making investors nervous, so they run to safer assets. At the very same time, the SEC starts turning up the heat with new investigations into crypto exchanges. And then you get the cascade. People who were using leverage got wiped out, which forced more selling, which dropped the price even faster. It's a classic liquidation spot.
Okay, so the million-dollar, or I guess trillion-dollar question is, what happens now? You've got two very different camps. On one side, you have the bulls, like analysts at Bernstein saying, we'll see a recovery later this year. They're pointing to big institutions like BlackRock, who are still holding on. But then you've got the bears, like Zen Capital, warning that things could drop another 30%, citing those historical 4-year cycles. So is this the dip you buy, or is it a trap?
All right, let's switch gears, from crypto markets to the hardware that actually powers our games. Big news from AMD. They're about to drop what could be the world's fastest gaming processors. And get this, they're launching tomorrow. So what's their secret weapon? It's this tech called 3D V-Cache. The easiest way to think about it is like adding a second floor onto your CPU. But that second floor is just pure, super fast memory for your games. This new generation has a whopping 144 megabytes of it. That's 50% bigger than the last one. It's all about giving games lightning-fast access to the data they need right when they need it.
Okay, let's look at the tail of the tape here. We've got AMD's 2 new flagships up against Intel's best. And what just jumps off the page is that massive cache we were just talking about. It absolutely dwarfs what Intel is offering. So AMD is coming to the table with a huge cache advantage at a really competitive price. It's a pretty aggressive move.
And here's why all that cache really matters. These are some leaked benchmarks, and they show that all that extra memory translates into a serious real-world performance boost. We're talking up to 20% faster in demanding games like Cyberpunk 2077. Now, for any serious gamer out there, a lead like that isn't just nice to have, it's an absolute game changer.
All right, let's shift over to the future of work. Microsoft is rolling out a major update for its AI Copilot, and this is a big one. It's basically transforming Copilot from a simple assistant that you give commands to into an actual autonomous colleague that you can delegate tasks to. And that's the fundamental shift right there. See, before, you had to kind of hold the AI's hand, guide it step by step. But now, with this new agent mode, you just give it a complex goal. Something like, hey, prepare the quarterly sales report. And then it just goes. It figures out the steps, it opens Excel, it pulls the data, it makes the charts, it jumps over to Word to write the summary. It does the whole thing on its own. You don't have to micromanage it. This quote from TEKIN AI Analysis really nails it. It says, the future of AI isn't in responding, but in doing. Agent mode is a paradigm shift from assistant to colleague. And that's exactly right. This isn't just a simple software update. It's a whole new way of working with AI, and it's all powered by the new GPT 5.2 model. It's not a tool anymore, it's a teammate.
Okay, so from the future of the office, let's zoom in on something that's going to affect pretty much everyone's daily chats. WhatsApp is finally rolling out a solution for one of the biggest annoyances on the platform. Yep, I'm talking about the dreaded super long voice note.
Come on, you know the feeling, right? You get that notification, it's a 5-minute voice message from your friend, but you're in a meeting or you're on the bus and you just can't listen. Well, WhatsApp's new feature is the direct answer to that exact, very common frustration.
So here's how it works, and it's pretty slick. You just tap a new transcribe button, and boom, the voice note turns into text. But here's the most important part. All of that processing happens right there on your device. Your voice message never gets sent to Meta's servers, which is a massive, massive win for privacy. Plus, it already supports 15 languages with about 95% accuracy for English in the early tests. This is going to be a game changer for a lot of people.
Next up, we've got some surprisingly good news for your wallet. It's not every day you see this, but YouTube just gave one of its paid plans a huge upgrade, and they didn't raise the price. So let's break this down. The Premium Lite plan, which is about $8 a month, used to do one thing: get rid of ads. That's it. But now, they've added offline downloads and background play. Those are easily the two most requested features that we're missing. This suddenly makes Premium Lite an incredibly good deal, a really powerful alternative to the full-fat premium subscription.
And finally, we're ending on a story that has sparked a massive debate about the future of the internet itself. Discord is rolling out a mandatory age verification policy, and frankly, it could signal the end of online anonymity as we know it.
So here's the deal. Starting this month, you have to verify that you're over 18, either with a face scan or by showing a government ID. And if you don't, well, your account gets automatically slapped into this teen by default mode, and that comes with some serious restrictions. We're talking no access to any 18-plus servers, sensitive images are automatically blurred, and you can't get DMs from strangers.
And as you can probably guess, the community is completely torn in two over this. On one side, you have people saying, yes, finally, this is a necessary step to protect kids and make the platform safer. But the other side is furious. They see this as a terrifying invasion of privacy. I mean, they're saying, no way am I giving my face scan or my ID to a private company just so I can use a chat app.
And this really brings us to the final critical question here. Look, Discord is doing this because they're under a ton of legal pressure to improve child safety. But it forces all of us to think about a really tough trade-off. Is a safer internet worth giving up our online anonymity? Because a move like this, well, it probably won't be the last of its kind that we see.